What's up, folks? What's up? What's up? Sound doing okay? Is the sound doing okay? Perfect. Let's jump right to it. Hello, hello. All right. Mission Valley Mall has been sold for $300 million. What does that even mean? Okay. Ah, man. Every time I get on here, since I do the bi-weekly streams, it feels like I haven't streamed in forever. So I'm always coming here like super early to prepare, make sure I'm not late, make sure nothing is out of whack. I feel like I'm too tall for the camera. Only when I stretch though. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing? I can tell you how I've been. I mean, it's been it's been more of the same. Only I'm clawing my way out. Okay, I'm tired of the famine. Anxious. I can relate. I can definitely relate. Chilling on the way back home from Destin go-karting. I don't think I've ever been go-karting. I've been near go-karting or in a go-karting place, but I didn't get a chance to ride. I don't think it was for VidCon. I was too busy filming people and trying to get content and stuff, which was also fun because I got to party with some cool people, but it actually costs money to, I mean, it costs money to do those kind of things, I know. But you figure for VidCon, they would make it free. You just stand in line, but nah, you had to pay. And only the big, fancy, rich creators could do that. Not really, but I just didn't want to pay whatever the price was. Because I didn't go there to spend money. I went there to be a part of VidCon. The free experience. I already paid to get my tickets. So I'm like, why do I gotta keep paying money? I see the submissions coming in. Submissions are coming in. Just to reiterate, guys, because I know some people don't read what's on the product page, but free submissions are not guaranteed. I try my best to play as many as I can, but when you submit a free submission, just know that there's a chance that it could be played, there's a chance that it could not be played. So I don't want people to get upset if I don't call your name, or if I do call your name and you're not here and then I skip to the next person, because that's just the way it works. Just to give everybody a fair chance who's actually here in the stream when your name is called. All paid submissions, or the ones on the website, are guaranteed. So $25 and $50 are both skipped a line, but the 50 is the one that skips the 25 if people pay 25. So all paid submissions do get reviewed. Probably gonna be here at least a few hours. But once my body feels like it's time to go, I will say as much. And yeah, I just don't want folks to be upset because it happens every stream. Oh, you didn't call me. Oh, you skipped me. Or oh, you're ending it already. Yeah, I'm tired and I need to relax and eat. But that time hasn't come yet, obviously. I just started the stream. And also, I like to talk to get things started. You know, I don't like to jump right in. So I'm too big to get in one. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Get your submission in. It's called Falling in Love. All right. I've got some pulled up here already. I'll be calling names shortly, and there is more coming. Thank you guys for the submissions and for even being here, for taking the time to spend time here with the community. That's what this is about. It's about building a sense of community over music. And if you like what you hear from your favorite, well, they could be your favorite artist, I don't know, but if you like what you hear from another artist, feel free to reach out and get their socials, to get their links and Spotify's and all that stuff. I try my best to like remember to ask for that information and put it in the chat, but since I'm running the stream by myself and doing all these things, it can be hard for me to remember to do those things. So if you like a song, or if you want to support somebody, reach out, you know, make it known in the chat, like, hey, is this out yet? Or hey, does this have a Spotify link? Or if it's your song, say it, you know, just say, hey, this is out on Spotify. Don't put a link, because it's going to automatically like, it's not my fault. It automatically blocks links. It's not my doing. That's YouTube. But yeah, no song today, but here's to have it. Thank you for that, man. So it says celebrate first super chat from Love More. What do I do? Do I click the little button here? There we go. I didn't know I could even do that. Oh, don't put him in timeout. Don't do that. Put this user in timeout after he gave a super chat. Appreciate it very much. If I were on this stream, man, if the roles were reversed, I'd probably do the same thing, because I feel like I haven't, like, I actually just put out a song called Lost that I haven't promoted because it's hard, man. It's hard to do things and to remember to do things when there's so much going on. Literally before the stream, I'm looking up like how to immigrate to the UK, like immigration lawyers. I'm trying to just get everything figured out. So that, plus you're trying to run a channel, plus like you're trying to make sure, you know, I might have to, I don't want to speak this. But I've been thinking about getting back into like driving for delivery services and stuff, just to like supplement my income. It feels like a step back. It really does. But you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Yeah. I just, you know, it's like part of you when you've been self-employed for so long, and I would still be self-employed, but that's what I used to do when YouTube, before YouTube was like my main thing, my main source of income. And by that I mean my ads. I would drive for Amazon, DoorDash, Grubhub, and yeah, because of the course of things, and like you're not sure when sponsors are gonna pop up. It's like, okay, the in-betweens are a little scary. So then I'm just like, well, maybe just to have something coming in, let me do some driving. But it's that battle between like, man, this is what we used to do before. Are we taking a step back? I don't know. Or are we just doing what needs to be done? Oh, you talking about, you want to hear Lost? I could play it for you. I can play it for you. It was actually in a video. If you didn't see the video with Unison with Unison Zen Master. Good to have you back. Finally, he's on time. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's good to see you back, man. We were just talking about you the other day because like some German thing came up. I think it was a movie that we were watching or something, and the person was speaking German in the movie, and then Kelly started trying to speak German, and she's like, "John would be proud." All right, here's the song. Nice. This song is not mastered, by the way. I'm just not feeling it no more. Yeah. But what changed? I'm not sure. Did I not spend enough time? Swear I will next time. And if you come back to me, I'll be the best I can be. No step into the side. 'Cause I need you in my life, no lie. 'Cause you're lost somewhere in the zone. Can you find me? I'm lost in the heat of it all. Go. I'm lost somewhere in the zone. No worries. Can you find me? I'm lost, girl. In the heat of it all. Go. Yeah. And that is Lost. It's a minute and a half. People kept saying, put this song out, put it out, put it out. But I know me. And if I would have tried to write the rest of the song, especially in the mode that I've been in lately, it would have taken me like another minimum, like another 2 weeks to finish. And I'm like, no, they want it now. So let me put it out now. So it is what it is. Unmastered. It's mixed, but it's unmastered. A minute and a half of just expressing myself and how I felt lost, you know. All right, let me refresh. Dun dun. Dun dun. What time is it? All right. We did get a paid submission in here, so we'll get started with that shortly. And then I'm gonna start calling in the free names. Yeah, you gotta take care of your. Thank you. This is my first time wearing this shirt. This is from Autotune and their EQ. I'm with the bands. I recently went through my yesterday went through some of my old stuff, some of my clothes, some of my memory boxes. And I found a bunch of old stuff, but I also found some stuff that I can utilize, you know. The memory boxes were like from high school, and then one was from like an old relationship. I found no, I don't want to get into that. It's definitely a learning experience. Seeing where you came from, you know. But man, how Yeah. Yeah. Some wild stuff. Nah, it's just like an old application for, it's like this big folder full of relationship stuff. Because I had to do it in order to get the person to come here. And it's got the whole history of that entire relationship in a box and in a folder. I had to do it at the time. But it's funny because I'm getting myself prepared. Like basically yesterday, I went through a cleanse of my old stuff. Not all of it yet. I'm gonna do it in like waves, but I'm trying to get myself prepared for the move. So might as well start now, so I'm not rushing to do everything last minute. And so I just seeing all these old relics in the photos and stuff. It takes you back to decisions, and experiences, and things that I didn't know I was dealing with until now, because I know, what I have now. But looking back and how it has affected my previous relationships and stuff, it's just a big learning experience. Yeah. I'm saving you the years and years of throat and lung problems. Oh, we know. Trust me, people who do that stuff, they know. Top of the morning, Jamie. Already have Marlboro Reds in the shopping cart on the online tobacco. He's just waiting, man. It's practically a book, practically. But it's just a giant folder that's like this thick. Life happens in cycles. Each time you get better at handling the situation. That's what I always say. I have a song for that reason. Everything moves in cycles. 360. Everything moves in circles. You know that it comes back around. Okay. I think I want to go ahead and get into our first submission of the day, so that I'm not too far behind on the folks, because you know how it can be sometimes. This one was submitted by Christopher. This is I don't know the name of the song, but this was submitted by Christopher. And that would be you, Chris Anderson, I believe. In school yesterday, legends are hard to make, but are easy to find. That's dope. I like that quote. Called Heart Robber. Okay. First song.
I'll steal your heart and never give it back. Pick up the phone and play the part and never call you back. I'll leave you hanging like a trench coat up on the rack, and then I get it dumping like you had a heart attack. It's giving cardiac arrest, cause you know I'm the best. Buzzing gossip all around me, sounding like a pest. Only ones on my level can surround me. Surround sound while I'm clubbing, I'll astound these speakers. When I talk to me or talk about me to your friends, wanna walk with me or ride in a Mercedes Benz. Haters flock with me cause it's the following hands. They wanna follow in my steps throughout every lens. I got their hearts on the sleeves, like I'm out with a cleaver. Chopping up their dreams, break them down, a believer. Let them take a pick, I'm hot, I'm a eater. Leave them out to dry, dehydrate when I see her. I'm hotter, them other ones can't touch, they bothered. Death, butter, I'm giving heart attacks, I'm a heart stopper. $1 million, big account stacks getting way taller. Hater personalities getting way smaller. But forget the babe bugs, I'm a heart robber. Giving million the way, hardship at their chest. It's like you're missing a piece of yourself, cause I'm the rest. I look sharp like a dagger that'll put you to rest. Like this a knife fight, why you brought a bulletproof vest? I got a doctorate, get out my stethoscope. And when I drop this, they get down like a slope. I'm on my hot itch, dynamite on the rope. And when they frost this, tell them that I'm the Pope. Because I'm beating like a heart on the beating, they call me waiter. Cause I'm serving body up, I'm eating the flow. Fire rising lava and it's getting that deep. While they sing a Mary, cause my haters follow me like a sheep. I'm making dollars, they tryna holler. Be bucking at me like dogs on a collar. Be the bigger person, don't care if they're taller. They want this yummy gummy, call me sour trolley crawlers. Swallow us. I'm hotter, them other ones can't touch, they bothered. Death, butter, I'm giving heart attacks, I'm a heart stubber. $1,000,000, big account stacks getting way taller. Hater personalities getting way smaller. But forget the bank bucks, I'm a heart rubber. I'm hotter, them other ones can't touch, they bothered. Death, butter, I'm giving heart attacks, I'm a heart stubber. $1,000,000, big account stacks getting way taller. Hater personalities getting way smaller. But forget the bank bucks, I'm a heart rubber.
Do 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 do. I like how it ends on that. I like how it didn't end on just the beat, but it ended on the do 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 do. Oh, just that simple ending. This song, first and foremost, I don't know if you produced the beat, but I like the production. I wish okay, so I like the bass line of it. I like how it was kind of like that darker, how do I explain? It wasn't like dark in the sense of like evil, but it was hard, okay? It was hard. It was a hard beat, and I like the choice you chose with the bass line there. I like how it didn't try to do too much. It wasn't too fancy. It wasn't too flashy. It was exactly what it needed to be for the vocals to do what they needed to do. Because the simpler the beat, I find the better, the more open your vocals have to do more things. And even though you didn't have too, like in the chorus, you had some different ad libs and things going on, but your rhythm and how you were rapping, it was changing so much. And I love how you didn't stick with one rhythm there. I think the simplicity of the beat allowed you to, and you could have done this even if the beat was more complex, but it would have been too messy, you know? So I like how they complemented each other. The complex rhythms of your rap with the simplicity of the beat kind of meshed together to give it the completed sound that I think that we got here today. I just love how you played with different rhythms and you didn't stick to the same type of flow throughout the entire thing, or you didn't stick to one flow for too long of a period of time. So I can appreciate that here. I was gonna say,
the rack, and then I get it dumping like you had a heart attack. It's giving cardiac arrest, cause you know I'm the best. Buzzing gossip all around me, sounding like a pest. Only ones on my left.
There's some 808s here that I wish had more punch, that I wish were more present. Right now they're kind of way in the background because your vocals, I can tell that you used a microphone that is not the best of qualities. So that's something that would be fixed with purchasing a new microphone, or, well, yeah, purchasing a new microphone, but that's, you know, within your means. So they were coming, the mix of them was coming off too harsh at times. In comparison with the instrumental. The instrumental, at least the 808s, the kick and the snare, they were too timid. Like I can hear the snare more than the kick, but for this kind of song, I think that kick needs to hit. So there's a few ways that you can get your kicks to hit more. One way would be turning them up, but that doesn't solve all the issues because then you just have more loud instrument. There's other ways by way of EQ, you know, boosting the low end of your kicks or certain frequencies of your kicks. It doesn't have to be just the low end. It could be a certain frequency that gives you that presence. And I'm not like the technical person that can tell you which frequency gives you the presence. I just kind of go in and find it. That's just the way that I'm self-taught, so that's the way that I do it. So I can't really teach. Yeah, go to the frequency range here, and so I apologize for not being able to give that sort of information. But to just, I would encourage you to just go in, if you made the beat, to go in and tweak the kick, the EQ of the kick. And if you don't want to like mess with the channel EQ or anything like that, you can use a plugin called One Knob Fatter, and potentially another plugin called One Knob Louder. I would use Fatter first because that's specifically meant for basses and to make them feel, or like basses and kicks and low end stuff, to give it a bit of a more beefy tone. Turn it up a little bit in the mix. And if you want to go with the channel EQ, I would say just put a point in your EQ and drag it around. Just drag it around the spectrum and see where you can get a nice boost without butting heads with other parts of the song. Mic is pretty mediocre. I mean, it's what you got, man. You have to use what you got, you know? And I commend that, you know. I got started on a microphone that looked literally like this. It was skinnier than this actually. And I would record my vocals on like this little puny stick mic. It was a computer mic like way back in the early 2000s. Oh man. The kind of mic that you plug into the headphone jack. I'll put it like that. It was that old. So you gotta start where you can. $12K to $15K EQ range to get that air in your vocals. Okay, there you go. See, this is why it's a communal experience. This is why, because I know that I don't know everything. I know I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the specifics, but where I lack, the community can pick up. And that's why we do this. That's why there's a community here to help each other out. I just be going in like, okay, whoop. Let me find it. Let me Inspector Legend. He said my mic is worse. But yeah, thank you for that submission. I hope everything I said made sense, but I do love how your flow was in that song. It was a really good flow. It was a really good flow. Needs more bars? How so? Like, let me know if you need my expertise. Definitely. How do we get you to review? You read the thing at the top of the chat, or you read the big thing that's right here on the screen. There's words. This right here, right below my hand. Matter of fact, I can move it around for you so you can see it. This thing right here. Woo! That's how. All right, I'm gonna start calling names if y'all ain't here. If y'all ain't here, okay. So first we got Torres. Are you here? Torres is usually here. Torres from California. The almighty Torres. While we wait for that, is there a Matthew and Anashe from the UK, and a Mario? Torres, Matthew, Anashi. I don't know how to pronounce that in Mario. Only the names I called. Only the names I called. I didn't call Arnold yet. So Mario's here. Let's go ahead and play one of these. Last call on Matthew, Anashi or Anashe, and Torres. Last call, last call, last call. Going once, going twice. Sold. All right. So let's go ahead and play Mario. I'm gonna play just one of these. And yeah. By the way, free reviews, they don't get the full song played. It's going to be verse, chorus, or half of the song.
Anytime you look away, I stop and stare at you. And honestly, I have to say, you're such
I hope I don't burn my eggs.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Don't burn them. Nice.
You're always deep in my mind. You're an angel, you're so divine. 'Cause I'm in love the way how you're designed. And sometimes I lose track of time. I hope that you could be mine. Being able to hold you on tight. 'Cause I'm
nice
in
rise.
love the way how you're designed. But I'd rather give you more. Even after all the troubles you've gone, you're the one that I adore.
Yeah.
I'm tired of playing pretend. I wanna be more than just friends. And I will promise you that I'm never leaving. I wanna love you forever. I wanna make you feel better. And I wanna take you to the garden of Eden.
It does. Okay.
I promise to make sure.
So I'm gonna stop it here. Yeah, it definitely sounds like you had fun making this song. Where do I want to start? Where do I want to start? I think the song needs dynamics. I like the idea of the song. I like the concept. I like how you wrote it and what you were going for, but I think the song needs dynamics. And what I mean by that is it needs something that's going to give it depth and space because right now it feels like it's all kind of just happening in a confined room, in a confined space. And there's not a lot of there's movement happening, but not by way of it's by way of the song structure, because you have the verse, chorus, the pre-chorus, and these risers, which I love how you included the risers to build up. There's a bit of dynamics there. The build up with the riser, and then you get that pause, and then the chorus comes in. I love that kind of stuff. I think you did a really good job with that. Um, I also like how you went from the single vocal in the verses to the multiple vocals in the chorus, and how there was that build up. There was that kind of step up from what you had before. So these things kind of contribute to the dynamics of a song, but also your song needs a bit more processing. It needs like in first of all, what I noticed was in the instrumental. I don't know if you made it, but if you did, when we get to the chorus here,
It's deep in my mind, 'cause I'm lost track of time.
I don't know if it was the chorus.
Could be mine,
Right here.
'cause I'm in love the way how you're designed.
That part, I think, especially the snare, could have benefited from a reverb, like like something that kind of drags on the and opens up the chorus a bit more. That's what I would have done. So I think your song can benefit from that in that sense, but also even on your vocals, because your vocals, they're processed, but it's more like just to kind of make them sound clean and clear.
True, that fact I'm feelings for you, and I think I'm pretty sure
There's a little bit of reverb here. I think I can hear
I
it.
love you from the start. Don't wanna
Yeah.
act like a fool. I'm trying to play it cool. Everything I'm saying, I mean it from the heart. Like I get so lost in your eyes.
This I want to be. I get so lost. Like I want it to sound like just a mob of people singing this part. So whether that's you recording more of these and then adding more of a reverb to these vocals, or you get a plugin like Antares Autotune Choir. Even Duo might work if you have multiple vocals that you've recorded, but I would say try to get Choir with like 4 to 8 vocals. You can try more if you want to, but I would say like 8 max, and then have all these vocals singing. So it sounds more like a call out, and that would open up the chorus, in addition to you adding that reverb to the snare, because right now the snare is just when I would personally like for it to be like just a more arena sounding point in the song. You know what I mean? So that's what I would have done. I try,
You're always deep in my mind.
because you have the stacks there, but just imagine if you're all, even if it's just like certain parts, you're all deep in my mind, I get so lost in your eyes. You can accent certain parts like that if you want to. It doesn't have to be the whole thing. It could be certain parts. What's up, Synopsia? He said reverb, and then his voice started reverberating. Did anyone else hear that? Was that my sound, or was that an actual reverb? The sound I was making? Animation. You can ask for a feature. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. This is all communal. This is, as long as like what you're doing in here is not like blasting self promotion everywhere, spamming, you're calling people names, calling people out their names and stuff like that. I'm down for whatever you guys want to say to each other, or you know, in the chat. So absolutely. I think I already played this one, right? Yeah. So thank you for that submission. I hope what I said made sense. My mic position. Why you say free if it's not free? Because it is free. I'm not sure what you're talking about. There's a free option. If you go to the website, it says free. You can submit. I just reviewed a free review. It was free. They did not pay. You can ask the person in the chat right now, did they pay for my feedback just now? Ask them. It's free. The paid people get guaranteed reviews. Guaranteed, and they skip the line. As is said on the product page, if you read the page, read the page. It is clearly stated out. Free reviews are not guaranteed, because I get so many that I have to call person by 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 person. Oftentimes they're not here, so I have to skip them so that everybody gets a fair chance. That's why it's not guaranteed. And then if people submit a whole bunch of paid ones, then I have, you know, there's reasons why these things work the way that they work. But don't come up here. If there's another thing, I'm gonna block. I'm in a blocking mood today, so please. I have blocking butterfingers, all right? And stuff like that makes me not want to review your music. I'm being totally honest. Get here and you try to do something and people still find a reason to complain. I don't. Anyway. Yeah, I know. It just throws everything off. It throws me off. Because people come in and they say that stuff and then they mean it. And so like it always throws me off. Forgiven. All right. Water under the bridge. Let's go. Is there a K9 here? There's K9, Eric, Bernard, and Pablo. K9, Eric, Bernard, and Pablo. All right. Let's play your song next. Perfect timing because that song just ended. It's long. There's 20 people. 20 people in line.
Don't take no pics, fuck you get phone out for you know I hate that shit. It's home matchstick, got a couple phones out front. This
yeah, the intro's dope.
No house, got at least half that on my wrist and they're looking at me like
no worries.
Cause I stayed down before I came up now. Yeah, I could give you what you want, I could give you what you need. It don't mean nothing to me. Yeah, I've been up for way too long. I don't know when I got sleep, it's still better than my dreams. Yeah, fuck Fucked up on 50, slide real swifty, you know that I can't stay. I got it embezzled, a whole nother level, these niggas on hibernate. The one hitter on me, I call it the 40, took a stop off like Mr. Clean. I do it all day, don't got nothing to say, wait, it's a murder scene. She was off the molly, I was off the Perkins, some other shit I should've known. All these pussy niggas steady hating and insecure that I'll pop off. They gon' ask him where I know, it don't change the way I move like. She asking do I love her, only thing I love is my Glock. And I can't change, you can blame it, don't even make a difference. You can keep your 2 cents, shouldn't need it to pay rent. Like I get her down on her knees and she like me, cause I'm a mess. Yeah, I could give you what you want, I could give you what you need, it don't mean nothing to me. Yeah, I've been up for way too long, I don't know when I got sleep, it's still better than my dreams.
I'm assuming that's the end right there. So this beat, first of all, is pretty hard. This beat is hard. I like how you approach this with that melodic rap tone. I think it's perfect for these kinds of beats that are very melodic in how they're produced.
I came up now, yeah, I could give you what you want, I could give you what you need, it don't mean nothing to me. Yeah, I've been up for way too long, I don't know when I got sleep.
You have a good tone too. I like the way that you presented the vocal, how it kind of has like a subtle, I don't want to call it a whisper, but it's this thing that you do when you're it's like you go into a whisper as you pull back a little bit. And I think with artists, everybody needs to find their own way to present themselves musically. Not just how they produce the music and how they look and stuff, but how the vocals actually sound when they're rapping or they're singing or they're sing rapping. You have a bit of that, it's like a shaky voice pullback, and maybe this is just for this song, or maybe this is how all your songs sound, but I like how you have this established sound in this song. It makes it unique, and stuff like that is stuff that keeps people listening because it's very memorable. At least to me, it's memorable. And you can feel a bit more of the emotion when you execute a song in this way. It's like I always say, as musicians, as rappers, singers, producers, whatever, we are essentially like actors, but with sound. We have to present our stuff in a way that is compelling for people to listen to, and I think you did that here.
Better than my dreams. Yeah, fucked up on 50, slide real swifty, you know that I can't stay.
You must be new here. On stream, I can get pretty irritated. It happens very regularly on stream.
I got it embezzled, a whole nother level, these niggas on hibernate. The one hitter on me, I call it the 40, took a stop off like Mr. Clean. I do it all day, don't got nothing to say, wait, it's a murder scene. She was off the molly, I was off the Perkins, some other shit I should've known. All these pussy niggas steady hating and
And I would say in some cases, because I know that you're trying to go for this kind of more laid back, lazy kind of execution of the rap, but I think if you can still do that, but I don't want to like change your style, you know. You can still do that, but have it be audible, like what you're saying. I'm not always, and then maybe this is just me. I'm not always able to tell, me being an old head, what it is you're saying. Sometimes I can make it out. Sometimes it's harder for me to do. And I think there's a balance to be had between that style of that laid back, kind of lazy approach and having your stuff be audible, like phonetically. But that comes with practice, that comes with time, that comes with just doing more takes and figuring out the balance between the two that you want to have. Again, because I don't want to change your style. I don't want to make you sound a way that you want to sound like you over here rapping like Bill Nye the Science Guy or something like that. But at the same time, I don't want it to be so laid back that people have a hard time grasping the message of your song. So I would say to just play around with different levels of laid backness and see if there is a balance that you can shift in favor of a little bit more understanding for your lyrics, just a little bit more. Juice influence. You fulfill that. Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. Okay. This thing gets longer and longer every time I refresh the page. I did not hear from Eric. All right, so we're gonna do Bernard next. This is Bernard. Oh snap! There's a lot of people from the UK. That's what's up, my future people. What happened?
And you make it out that water.
Oh,
If you make it out, you're gonna be a cold ass shark.
My whole life has been violent,
yeah.
and I'm not a violent person.
If I can't live with the same respect as the next man,
It's a lot
I
of
don't want
bass.
to be here. God has cursed me to see what life should be like.
We're all just a product of environment. Like a pack, we get this down, nobody's buying it. We put these labels on each other, stop us trying it. Pain in our hearts, we're the ones who keeps applying it. I see my future, everybody's eyeing it. Pain from my past, to this day I'm still fighting it. Fire in my belly, yeah, I struggled when igniting it. I'll be a legend, there's no way of denying it. My past an excuse, don't wanna be a mooch, don't wanna ask for a boost when the eggs come out the roost. I'll be in the stew with the gems I
Like we
produced.
heard
I don't
this.
need friends, been round the bend with a few.
Yeah, there
Now
is.
that's real. I knew I'd always make a way before I signed a deal. They wait for you to slip up so that they can see you peel on this.
Oh,
beat,
okay, I got
got
you, I got
times
you, I
on
got
my
you.
way to make a million. Snakes in the grass show the
I was like, I recognize this song.
Nowadays they look to have opinions. If you can't walk the walk, don't talk, be resilient. Get this shit a week, that's how you're brilliant. I stay strong, always found a way through this. Not a gypsy, there's no way that
Eric
you can
is here?
move this. For that reason, show them all that I can do this. Silly seal blicks turn to make them cuteness. The charts are dark bored, now they wait for me to shoot this.
Eric from
I'm too sick,
from Colorado?
I think too clueless. Still trying to figure me out, I'm not a Rubik's. I'm still pretty new to this, I got targets. I don't shoot to miss in my state, they afraid to try to use the clips. I'm okay from the past, I was abused a bit. Now this pain is what I used to spit. If I don't get rich, I'ma lose my
just
shit.
let it play.
Won't be flushed down the drain where they usually sit. Won't be flushed down the drain where they usually sit. Now I sit on the throne. Cracked crown to be a product of your home. Or this pain that I own gonna be the reason that I blown. Many years, no emotion ever shown. Feel like James Joyce the way I put it in a poem. It must run in the genes from this pain, got a song. I know I'm gonna make
I like
it, I
that.
can feel it in my bones. I know I'm gonna make it, I can feel it in my bones.
Oh man, I need that. I needed that. I needed that. I needed that. Last time I listened to this, I remember feeling just feeling the grit and grime and the feeling of this song. Because this is not the first time that we've heard this, or at least not the first time I've heard this, because as you can see, he didn't have a new song to submit, so he submitted a one that he did before. But this time when I listened to it, I felt even more of the emotion behind it because some stuff that I've been going through. So I appreciate this song for what it is, in a sense of it's like it's a storytelling, just like a call to arms kind of song. And when you got to that moment at the end, I know I'm gonna make it. I can feel it in my bones. Man, you almost put some crystals in my eyes. You know, the little anime crystals when they're about to tear up. Cause man, yeah, I just needed that. I needed that. And as I said last time, I appreciate the songwriting, the storytelling, the emotion behind the song, and how you came with that that thick accent. And it's an accent to us. I know for you it's normal, but it's just always interesting to hear people rap in their own like cultures and people from all around the world. You know, I appreciate this stuff so much. Hmm. Yeah, I definitely needed that one. There's no denying it. I can't do the accent, man. Little known fact, well, that's not a little known fact, but I am 35% British, like my actual DNA, because I do have some Irish in my blood. So yeah, I took one of those tests like a long time ago. I made a video about it. I don't know if it's still. I think it's still up on my channel, but it's like from 2017 or something crazy like that. But oh, I know. I'm just saying, in the area, I know there's a difference. I have British and I have Irish. I have both. That's what I'm trying to say. I have Irish in my blood and I have British. But the way that the test works is, okay, shoot the people that make the test, because this is what they put it as, like, broadly Irish, I mean British or whatever. And then underneath that, they separated by, it was like 14% Irish and then another 20 something percent British. So it's not me. That's what the test told me. But then they put it all together, since it's like the United Kingdom as 35%. I would show you now, but I don't know what kind of information it's gonna expose. All right. He said you'd rather be Irish than English anyway. Well, that's what I've been told all my life. What's up, Torres? I've been told I was Irish all my life. Irish and African. Next we're gonna do Eric, and then we'll play Torres' song. Oh, this list grows and it grows and it grows. Best combination.
If you want this to work, you gotta help me out, babe. Like, you know I like my thing with you, but you know I like dripping in Gucci too.
Oh, nice.
When it comes to pimping, I got game if you want. And when it comes to sipping, I can say no, I won't. Your chick is my side chick, and she give me all your dough. Cause there's no breaking even at the end of the month. When it comes to pimping, I can help but bang.
I can't help but bang. I'm like the light of the Luxor. When I say pimpin', I'm staying on top of things.
Why does the Luxor? I like that.
Better have brought you some Gatorade. I got boosters and shooters. Bitches that's 8s, 9s, and 10s. I got them all in space. I got Coopers with Brugers. Brick shit house with Duke shooters. Thick enough to peep pop on glass stages. Break through me. Into with my maneuvers. Yo, she copped in my load. It's a go, so let's do this. Got an alibi on defense. Testing no heads. I push whip. She no hands, but she stick shit. Cover with grit, she thick. Carry Washington lift. Big over accent and tits. Yeah, my nigga, she a bad bitch. Roll a blunt that we smashing. Just some MLB action. Get a home run and we own one. That's when she gon' bring a friend. Spinning up your Benjamins. Tomorrow we'll do it again. Catch us on IG at 10. Sheesh.
I got game if you want. And when it comes to sipping, I can say no, I won't. Your chick is my side chick, and she give me all your dough. 'Cause there's no breaking even at the end of the month. When it comes to pimping, I can help but win.
I'ma do my thing. Your girl like the pain. When I bang, I'ma make her toes curl. You gon' give a ring. Keys to the whip, plus a check that's blank. I told you I'm pimping, man. If your nigga finally figure out what he gonna do, if your nigga try to trip with me, I'ma have bloody boots. It's insane how I'm gripping grain down at LSU. Head of a class, so I'm getting brain all off in the coupe.
When it comes to pimping, I can help but win.
Like a M80 or 380 Mercedes bottles, bikinis on freeway, hit replay so you can see it again. Like some double mid twins, you got your
Yeah.
debit card at the bar, empty the ATM.
When it comes to pimping, I got game if you want. And when it comes to simping, I can say no, I won't. Your chick is my side chick, and she give me all your dough. 'Cause there's no breaking even at the end of the month.
YouTuber, was that Dana? Diana? This beat is cold, man. This beat is cold. Love how the vocal melody is the same as the lead melody. It was kind of following the same kind of rhythm. It was more like a counter melody, if you can call it that. But it did have like the similar notes and the same kind of. I also like that instrument there for this rap. I think it fit the song perfectly. It fit the rap perfectly. The way that you were rapping around that, it just made everything feel like such a ride. Like I just want to like lay back in my lowrider and cruise down Highland or something, But that's where like, never mind. Never mind. It's a San Diego thing, but they actually have like these lowrider. I don't know if you call them festivals or like ride throughs or what, but just all these lowriders will ride through the street and just like So I kind of got those vibes listening to this song. I also loved the bars in this song. I like to start things off, you said something like I'm like the light at the Luxor, or I shine like the light at the Luxor, something like that. And then like you just came with so many lyrics that I thought were very well written. So the song, from a writer standpoint, I think was great. I think the one thing about the song that struck me was it felt like it had a lot of. I don't know if this is a way that you processed it, or if this is just like by way of like the quality of the instrumental, if you got it from somewhere, or if the vocals were recorded a certain way. But they had a bit of like this bit crushed effect to it, where it sounded kind of like there was like this throughout the whole thing. So that instrument, maybe it's the instrument that's making it seem that way, because that it felt like a. And I think the sung vocals have it too, but it's more so like the sung vocals are thinly processed. I think I would say to get those vocals and make them feel less thin, I would have to see what you did with the processing to know how to fix that. But they feel they don't feel wide enough.
So simping, I can stay. No, I won't. Your chick is my side chick, and she give me all your.
I know part of that is probably you have a lot of air in there. You have a lot of the airy tones, the high end that's being accentuated. And I would say, like Love More said, what was it, the 12 to 15K range? Or I think that's where the air was actually. I want more of like the body of the vocal to be heard. Because right now I don't feel like they have enough body. They're too bright.
Cause there's no breaking even at the end of the month. When it comes to pimping, I can't help but bang.
I can't help but bang. I'm like the light on the left side. When I say I'm pimping, I'm staying on top of things. Where that ass up, trying to keep up. Perfect condition. Better have brought you some Gatorade. I got boosters and shooters. Bitches that's 9s and 10s.
I think it's the whole song that that sounds like that. So maybe it's the way that you mastered it, or I'm not sure. But I think the song needs more weight. It needs more body. Right now it's too airy. It's too in the higher frequency range. I think it needs a little bit more heft on the bottom end, and that mid range, that mid range presence is missing. In addition to that bit crush, whatever that effect is, I would dial it back a little bit. In my opinion, I would dial it back a little bit. I play this cruising, yeah. Oh yeah. When it comes to pimping like a game, if you want. It's super catchy. Feels like listening to the radio in GTA. It definitely does. It definitely does, actually. Oh, I just noticed it said, hey, Morgan. I didn't see you come in. Morgan. Oh, you said something earlier. I must have missed that. With the fire emojis. I've been well. Yes, I've been well. So yeah, that's what I think about this song. I think the lyrics are fire. The flow is fire. I think just the processing, the way that it was processed, it needs more body and heft because it's too bright at the moment. For my personal, this is just me. Man, you guys are going crazy on these submissions. I'm definitely not gonna be able to get to everybody. All right. So next up is gonna be Torres. Who just filmed his first music video.
You're goated for this one.
Thank you. My first time wearing it.
Yeah. I wanna be a better man. Doing what I can. Always was the class clown, never wore the letterman. Messing around in the streets, coming home, making beats. 27 with the 1911, homies up in heaven. Only thing I wanna be is a motherfucking legend. Thank God for the day, it's a blessing. Thank God every day, yeah, thank God every day. Thank him every day, think him every way. Come a long way, yeah, come a long way. I'm breaking backs like I'm Bane, Torres Fez on the chain. Did it on my own way.
Yeah.
That's the grain, stay in your fucking lane. Yeah, stay in your fucking lane. Had it all, threw it down the drain. Days I was wondering if I was sane. Storing cocaine off of someone's baby mama. Cashing checks with the comma. Hard to stay out the drama. When your name is subject of discussion. Gave her up a concussion. Got me here blushing. Wondering when these cops gon' rush in. I'ma be bustin'. I'ma be bustin'. Came from the gutter, yeah, I came from the gutter. Gonna shine with my brother, gonna shine with my brother. Came from the gutter, yeah, I came from the gutter. Shine with my brother, I'ma shine with my brother. Bad motherfuckers, yeah, bad motherfuckers. Shine with my brother, shine with my brother. I'ma shine with my brother. Bad motherfuckers.
So this song, I agree with what Synopsia said. That's how the song ends, by the way. It's not finished. Okay. I like how it started out, the way that it started out, and then it opened up. And this was going to be my example for what I meant by we're at 4116. There's a lot of people. There's like 40 people in line now. 30 to 40 people. This was my example for a vocal with a little bit of heft to it. And I know the key equipment that he has that he's using, so maybe that helps with that. But also just the way that it's processed, it has that airy tone.
I'm at home making beats, 27 with the 1911 homies up in heaven. Only thing I wanna be is a motherfucking legend. Thank God for the day.
But it doesn't take away from the low and the mids. It just accentuates the highs. So this is kind of what I was referring to. Like, you can get that higher frequency tone without subtracting so much from the rest of the vocal to where it sounds thin. Also, what I like that you did with this is those low pitched vocals. I love when people do stuff like that. I've done things like that myself. I think it is an easy way to fatten up and stack some vocals without having to do a lot of extra work in recording an extra part. You can literally just copy and paste and then shift the format down, shift the pitch down a couple semitones or even an octave and all that stuff, and have a nice stacked full emphasis, you know? So these are different ways that you can emphasize your vocal and switch up the raps in your songs, even the singing parts in your songs, if you want to do it that way. There's also a few plugins I've been looking into that can help with this, but there's some of the ways to do the things are so complex. Like, I was looking into, what was it? Waves Harmony, and there's a way to do this, but to automate it to where it's like just constantly giving you like all these different vocals. And the plugin, at least just to me, it's a bit complex. The thing about me is, like, I don't like when plugins make the creative process harder to do. I feel like I'm just like looking at it, I'm like, there's got to be an easier way to do this, right? Like an easier way to program this, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I need to work harder. I don't know. Plugins are my addiction. Yeah. The simple ones are my addiction. I like simple, easy does it. Like, the easier I can get my ideas out, the better. But sometimes I know it's just not, it's not that way, not yet. But yeah, I can tell that you like to use the plugins. The storytelling, as always, of the song is really good. I think this is some of the clearest vocals that I've heard of you. And the best mixed vocals that I've heard from your songs, Torres.
Blessing, thank God every day. Yeah, thank God every day.
Even the beat is mixed too. I hear that nice punch in the bottom end of the bass, or the kick rather, and the bass. Yeah, there's an 808 there. So I like how you mix this song. I think this song is mixed really well. And once again, I hear the improvements in your music. I can make out what he's saying. Was it distorted? Was it too loud? Maybe it was too loud on my end. I'm not sure. Oh, you're talking about the other. Okay. It's easier to copy the vocal and use your pitch correction software to lower. Yeah, exactly. That, like, it's so much easier to just do that than for me to like go into Waves Harmony and then like I gotta drag this random M to this random thing I don't like. How do I know to do that? Nobody teaches you that stuff. Nobody teaches you how to use the plugins. Like, I don't ever see a full walkthrough of these plugins for me to, You know what I'm saying? Like somebody just has to randomly figure it out. Like, oh, here you go. At least not that I see. I see that they have like walkthroughs of certain scenarios. Like if you want to try this effect, then do this, or if you want to try this effect, do this. But there's no full on like this is what this does. This is what this does. This is what this does. Do this and this and this and that. I've been trying to learn more because I feel like, you know, I want to teach more things and not just be doing the same stuff over and over in my videos. But I'm like, well, I can't learn if you guys don't teach me, man. That's how I feel lately. Next up, we have a skip. We have Cornell, who sent in 2 tracks. So we're going to play these 2 tracks and then get back into our free submissions. I have another tutorial actually coming out. When is it coming out? I got to probably within the next week or two. But it's about how to get your vocals to stand out. And I'm using some new plugins, finally, not Greg Wells, not CLA vocals. Because this is what I default to. But some different tools. So I'm excited. I'm a little scared because I haven't done like a straight up tutorial. It's like a 20-minute tutorial. So I haven't done one of those in a long time. And I think the fear comes from like people have gotten used to me doing these entertaining like cinematic videos and stuff like that, where I'm like, are they gonna vibe with a tutorial? Oh my gosh. Oh. Or are they gonna click off because it's too boring? But it is what it is, and it shall be what it shall be. So next up, all right, Cornell, let's go. Do I rap? Yes, I have several songs out where I'm rapping in the songs. Glow, Amna, The Work. Yeah, I rap. Love my vlogs, but how to vids are how I found you. That's good to know, actually.
Where did you come
No, I don't use those. No.
Did you fall from heaven?
This is nice.
How did you kill all these demons that always seem to leave me alone? She know my emotions change like the seasons, but she's never leaving. The biggest demon on earth, put so many through the worst, but I keep gaining these blessings. So many scars, but with you I feel painless. Run through my mind, even though you know it's dangerous. Women like you are 1 in a million. No type of love, give me higher than some angel dust. Hell of a light, but you show me where heaven is. Don't judge my wrong, you just make it alright again. If I get your love, I hope it never ends. I hope it never ends. Life is one big party when you're still young, but who's gonna have your back when it's all gone? You was there through my dark situations. I wanna show the nation my appreciation. You don't wanna slow me down when I'm
Lido, August Alsina. Definitely some nice chords.
One of God's most beautiful creations.
On Divine.
Where did you come from? Did you fall from heaven? How did you kill all these demons that always seem to leave me alone? She know my emotions change like the seasons, but she's never leaving. The biggest demon on earth, but so many through the worst. these blessings.
Very unique song concept here. I think the instrumental kind of did a slow fade up, you know, like a very slow rise. And I can appreciate that. It was very intentional. I wasn't sure if the song would get to like a point to where the instrumental would fully like form and be like hidden, or if this was going to be like I don't want to call it an interlude, but it felt like one of those kinds of tracks, even though it was 2.5 minutes. But I really like this. I really like this. I really like this idea. I like how it was executed. I like the harmonies that you had in there. The one thing that I wanted to say was I think certain parts I would have added a delay to your vocal, only on certain parts, like the end, for instance. Would have created some space in the mix.
So many through the worst, but I
Where-
keep gaining these blessings.
Like just the lead vocal on certain parts with like a throw delay, I think would have done not wonders, but I think it would have added a little something extra to the song, a little bit more space and depth to the song. Because everything else is already so spacey and vibey and whatever kind of word you want to throw at this. Spacey, vibey.
Don't judge my wrong, you just make it alright again. If I get your love, I hope it never ends. I hope it
See those spaces, those blanks right there?
make it alright again. If I get your love, I hope it never ends. I hope it never ends.
You could put like a very small delay on there, a very small one. Doesn't have to be on there though, but when there's those breaks in there, I am the kind of person, I just love delays. So I like to throw them when there's like these blank spaces. I have delays on almost all of my songs, so that's going to be my default. That's like my style. A ping pong delay. Yeah, that'd be a good one. That'd be a really good one. Where it's bouncing between the ears. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and play your second one. This is nice. Exactly. Yeah, it's really good.
Girl, I can't sleep, come play with me. Please don't leave, just stay with me. All this pain just keep killing me, but I don't feel it when you here with me. I feel like I'm in hell, but you are the angel that's protecting me, and I'm getting too real. But when you here, it's just like I know I'm messing up bad, but please don't leave me on my own, 'cause I can't do this shit alone. So please can you pick up the phone, 'cause baby you're the only one I need. You're the main reason why I breathe. Seem like I go to war with everybody. When I'm with you, I'm at peace. Girl, I know I've been switching up. That's the main reason we lost touch. But I'm so used to the heartbreak. I know you had real love. Now I'm just lost and I'm stuck. All alone feeling for your touch. Call your phone like 100 times, but you'll never pick up. But girl, I understand, oh. Yeah, girl, I understand, oh. I'm just trying to be a better man, oh. So I can have your love again, oh. So I can have your love again. 'Cause it's hard to be happy without love. Won't find happiness in these drugs. I got
I don't think it's off.
Though I'm distant, stayed around even when I'm tripping. Stay down even when I'm switching. I can't lie, girl, I fucking miss you. You cried and I always the reason why. But girl, all around that I did to you. Girl, I can't sleep. Come lay with me. Please don't leave. Just stay with me. All this pain just keep killing me. But I don't feel it when you here with me. I feel like I'm in hell. But you are the angel that's protecting me. And I'm getting too real. But when you here, it's just like a dream.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe right there. It had some harmonies, but I think I know what you mean. With this song, first singing verse probably intentional though. Yeah, I think it is. It is intentional. It's got that swing to it, like a. Yeah, it's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be that way. It gives it a sense of like drag. And by drag, I mean just like that. You know, like when you're listening to lo-fi and the lo-fi feels soothing, but it doesn't feel like robotic, like it's like dang, somebody's racing outside. The vocals are essentially playing that role here, and I think that's fine for this kind of song. The song feels, once again, everything was done intentionally. Kind of like an island vibe with those guitars. Or you know what I felt like, actually? I felt like I was in the middle of a Final Fantasy like vacation level or something, you know, where they the characters go to like some island and now they have to find like the magic potion to, you know what I mean? I don't know if you play Final Fantasy, any of those games, but it felt like that, but in a hip hop R&B type of way, and I really appreciated that. This was another example of vocals that I think, I don't know if it was the microphone or the processing, but they feel really bright and kind of thin. So if it's a equipment thing, I'm not gonna say nothing about that. But if it's a processing thing, just be careful on how much air you give your vocals, because I think once, especially the lower stacks came in, the harmonies on that chorus right here. Like the concept sounds good, but because there's so much of that trebly tubey sound, it's kind of like you're getting a clash of all these frequencies trying to like compete for the number one spot. Everything feels hissy, you know what I mean? You don't want that. You don't want that. I would say it can serve its purpose in moderation, but when everything sounds like that, it can kind of get to the point to where it feels like, you know, you're taking a pencil to somebody's ear. I'm not saying that this is doing that, but it's getting to those levels. So I would watch for again, I don't know if it's the equipment or the processing, but just watch out for that. Just watch out for it. High pass filters. Yeah, if it is a processing thing, it would have to be high pass filters or just boosting the highs too much, which is, I mean, it's just the same thing, but I know high pass like cuts out the lows, which it does sound like it did that. Cuts out the lows, lets the highs pass. I don't think the last song sounded too much like that. Yeah, the last song didn't really sound like that. So maybe it was a processing thing where you're passing too much of the highs. Yeah. So I would just say that was weird. Oh, my light went out. I'm like, what is that light that I was like tripping? Anyway, so yeah, just keep on the lookout for that. Listen to Nick right here. Nick has got the keys. Steep slopes can ruin your mixes if you cut too much. That's essentially what I'm trying to get at. I know just there's some ways people can process these things, whether it's in an EQ or there's like a filter or there's a plugin that has like, because sometimes it's not always in a graph. Sometimes it could be, for instance, CLA Vocals has a treble thing that you can turn up, and it's like a slider that goes all the way up, and people don't realize that they're cutting out all the lows or they're accentuating too much of the highs. It's a steep slope, but it's just by way of a slider. So whatever way that you used to process those vocals, be sure that you're not going too extreme, because extremes can be not your best friend. In moderation is basically your best friend when it comes to mixing. Less is more. More often than not, less is more. Okay. Did not hear from him, so let's do that. Is there a this? Is there a come on, dude? Steven, Fernando, Jameer, or Sean? Steven, Fernando, Jameer, or Sean? Okay, Sean is here. I'll open yours up. Don't go anywhere. My first time on your stream, or at least I think. Philando. There's no Philando. There's a Fernando. I'm calling first names, not last names. First names. What's up, Andre? How long have you been subscribed? Yeah, I've been streaming for 3-ish years now. No, it's not autocorrect. There's somebody in here, but that's their last name is Philando. Track is The Tunnel. That is known as Life. It's only a demo, and the vocals are really rough at the moment, just so everyone knows. Okay. Steven, Fernando, and Jameer. Last call, going once. Going twice. 3, 2, 1. Boop. All right. Let's go ahead and play Sean's song. Do it.
Imagine a perfect world.
Why does it do that?
Itself. Imagine a place where no one is lost. A world where everyone isn't looking for a fact. Where people are real and can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's bright. The source is unreachable. It's always a year ahead.
Is that a live?
We live in a society where negativity
I don't think there's a lot.
is abhorred. I can feel it in the room, all these ears judging my core. But what if a mistake, an error, or a sin is what separates most people
I'll stop it after this.
from those that have been through the tunnel of life.
I'll let it play. I'll let it play.
Failure and regret are the fires that forge the strongest of men. Sometimes I'd like to think that I'll be one of them, but for now, all that
Yeah, it's not extreme auto-tune.
is continue to condemn.
I like the instrumental work. The instrumental work I really enjoyed in this song. I think there was even some live instrumentation, if I'm not correct. If I'm not mistaken. Sorry. If I'm not correct. I'm trying to figure out what instrument that would be. It doesn't. It's not a clarinet. Not a flute. What is that? Like a trumpet with a muted trumpet? Whatever it is, I like that addition to this song. What? I'm so good. Man, I miss being around this kind of music, like being around like trumpets and bands and stuff. Because I was asked to be in my jazz band back in high school, but I was too scared. I was too scared because I knew I couldn't read music, and they're like, "Oh, that's fine, just." But I was still too scared. But I wish I would have. Anyway, I agree. I do, and you said you would do as much, but I do think that this song would benefit greatly from some harmonies. In particular, that part where you go dun, 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 dun. If you put it on that part, because then like the rest of your song, it can have the single vocal doing its thing, and then you grow it a bit more with those harmonies, and then you go into the instrumental. Like, I think that would be the perfect amount of change and steps taken to make the song different at each new step, each new stage. because you want to keep the listener engaged. You want to keep them not bored, but you also don't want to do too much to where it's like so much going on, too much to pay attention to. In other words, but since this is a work in progress, I know you're still working on it. So I would also say
Imagine a place where no one.
I would, as much as I love talking about delays, I would love to throw a delay on here as well, because the what would you call them? The phrases are so long. Imagine a place where
Is lost. A
life.
world where everyone isn't looking for a fact. Where people
Like just like I don't know, wherever you want to play around with it, it can be on certain parts, it can be on every single part, it can be on whatever you want it to be on. But I would say because the phrases are so long, I would play around with making them like this is the way that I think of vocals. If I'm doing a ballad or if I'm doing a slow song and there's going to be these long legato notes held uh versus something staccato and more short, you know, you want to process the vocal in a way that further emphasizes that. It's the same way with if you guys know anything about color correction in video production, where if you're trying to have a more warm image, like something that's got lots of yellows and reds and oranges and greens and things like that, you need your white balance to be, well, you don't need it to be, but you want to have a more warm color that you're working with, that you're filming in, you know, so that you're not doing as much work to get that same effect in the end. Since you're already doing the bulk of the work and holding out these long notes, you want to do the less is more processing of adding a reverb, adding a delay, adding whatever these kind of long legato type of effects are to your song so that it can further feel like it's just reaching, you know? If that makes sense. If that makes sense. But I definitely do think that you need some more processing on these vocals because right now they're a little dry, and I think that you can make them sound more dynamic than they do now by adding those types of coloring to your vocals. Since April 11th, 2020. Dang. Oh, 3 years, more than 3 years now. Crazy. So thank you for that submission. Now we're gonna call on one, two, say, I'm gonna just call some names. Let me know if you're here. Christopher, I'm gonna go ahead and where'd your other one go? Right there. Since we already did one of your songs, I'm gonna get to all these other people first. So I'm gonna skip over your name for the time being. I just want to make sure everybody has a fair chance. So there is Aurelius, there's Vusi. I think you were here, but just let me know if you're still here. Nathan and Jonathan. Aurelius, Vusi, Nathan, and Jonathan. Is this John? Okay, Nathan is here. My analogies are great. Sometimes I feel like my analogies are trash. I feel like they're not going to understand this. Like, as I'm speaking the stuff out, I'm like, oh man, like this is going to either go over somebody's head or they're going to be like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. But I'm glad. That's how I feel every time I get on here. I'm like, are they just gonna roll their eyes at me? Aurelius Vusi. I can't scroll up. Okay. Okay, okay, cool. Nathan is here. Someone submit a cover of cheat codes. That'd be interesting. Imagine all right, so we got that. Wait, what? I'm confused. Is your last name Anderson? No, you're the other Christopher. I didn't get to you yet. There's no Jonathan? No Jonathan? Imagine a place. Going once. Going twice. 3, 1,000, 2, 1,001, 1,000. Boop. All right. First up is Boosie. Tunji. It will not let me play your song. Let me see if it'll let me play Nathan's song. Okay, so Vusi, I don't know what kind of song you submitted, like what format, but I can't play it. What format was the song? Was it MP3? I'm doing free ones. Is it MP3? Oh, I don't know why it won't let me play it. Like it just has a play sign with the X. Yeah. In the meantime, I'll do Nathan's song.
I've been down this road before. I've been down this road before. I've been down this road before. I know I won't make it home. Tell me where I'm gonna go. Devil trying to take my soul, but I will never let it go. And I just wanna let you know that I've been down this road before. And I know I won't make it home. I know I won't smoke inside of that all black pants. I took too much, but I know that I can't die. See the pain when you look in my damn eyes. Tell me I'm a waste, cause I'm high all the damn time. Ask if I'm okay when you know that I can't lie. Pull me me close when you know that I can't cry. In my heart, yeah, there's something that I can't find. Used to love, now that's something that I can't I've been down this road before. I know I won't make it home. Tell me where I'm gonna go. Devil tryna take my soul, but I will never let it go. And I just wanna let you know that I've been down this road before. And I know I won't make it home. I know I won't. I know I won't.
I like that reverb. Oh, what? They went Cardi on Indian bath salts. That's quite a comparison or an observation.
I've been down this road before.
So here I like the use of the reverb that you did. The song is very simple. I also like the beat of the song. I like how it sounds very Knight Rider-y, and maybe I'm telling my age. I don't know if you guys know what Knight Rider is, but it's this old show about a dude who drove I forget what kind of car it was. Was it a Falcon or like a Corvette or something that could talk? It was like a robot car, and it helped him fight crime or something like that. Firebird. It reminded me of that, the theme song. So I thought that was pretty dope. The reverb throw was good at the end. That's what I was trying to get at before. But yeah, the lyrics, it's the song is like, it's a simple song. It's a very simple song. It's kind of like a mantra song. In a sense. I've been down this road before.
I know I won't make it home. Tell me where I'm gonna go. Devil trying to take my soul, but I will never let it go. And I just wanna let you know that I've been down this road before.
When that second like do and the bass gets kind of more clicky, I think though that part of the bass can kind of interfere with what your vocals are doing. So whatever that effect is or instrument is, I don't know if it's a layered kick, I would try to tame that a bit more because it is interfering with your vocals. I think it can get to a spot to where it's overstepping a boundary.
And I know I won't make it home. I know I won't smoke inside.
I think it's actually the kick because you're tuning it to do. So like the higher and lower it goes, the more that effect is going to happen, or like the different frequency ranges are going to be affected because it's being lowered to the different pitches. So that would be something that you have to carve out if you can with a low pass filter, but don't do too much of a low because then you'll miss a little bit of that kind of rattle noise that you want in there. But I think that rattling can interfere a bit.
And I just want to let you know that I've been down this road before.
So right there, it's not there.
And I know I won't make it home. I know I won't smoke inside of that all black pants.
I think it's for me. I think it's a little distracting. I think that aspect of the kick, or if it's a layered thing, it's a little distracting. So if you can remove it or just like dumb it down like a lot, I think that would be good. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's an extra little click you added in there, or if because like some of the kicks feel like they don't have it on there. That's what makes me think it's something that you layered. Yeah, you still get your time. What's going on? But yeah. Yeah. That's it for that one. Let's check and see. This is working. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, this one worked. This one worked. Next up is Vusi.
Three, two, one, hit it.
Nice change up there.
Hit him in the air, hit him in the sky. Throw him to the ground cause they know they going down. Slice him up real nice, put that on ice. Burn that shit down, I don't need to say it twice. Here comes Ayu Suzuki with obligations. Slicing and dicing the shit up, yeah, that's his vacation. When he was Bankai, shit gets real. Ichigo knows that he's the real deal. It's Dio, not from the Migos. Whenever he's in the arena, he has that feel. No worry about time limits, cause Jordan can stop the time. Joseph Joe stuck committing many war crimes. It's a suit, that's the truth. But one on war with me go end up on the daily news. Me and Archie got the best rivalry. That's why it's gonna be part of me. You might want to study astrology. Lies, it's like technology, yeah.
Rough recording, like.
Hit him in the air, hit him in the sky. Let him fall onto the ground cause they know they going down. Hit him with that special move. Let him all feel the groove.
It didn't have to end this way. The story ends today. Listen, you finished
Yeah, it's
this
a rough
here
recording.
and now. But before that, let's take a bow. Jump force. Hit him in the air, hit him in the sky. Let him fall into the ground cause they know they're going down.
Okay.
Nice. Put that on ice. Burn that shit down.
Okay. So this one, it seems like it's a rough recording. Like it's one that you're still working on, potentially. I could be wrong. But first and foremost, like John said, it has potential. I like the switch up that you did in the beginning, where it started off one way and then it ended up being like another kind of track. Because to be honest, I thought it was gonna be like one of those, but then it got more into the hip hop, rap genre. Yeah, when it did the 1, 2, 3, hit it. I do want to say I know you're working with the equipment that you have. So with that being said, it can be hard to get the desired sound that you want out of your vocals. Um, because one of the biggest things that you face, one of the biggest problems that you face when you're dealing with recording with limited equipment is the sound profile that you're getting from the microphone that you're using. You can only do so much processing to try and make something sound as professional as you can. So if this is one of those cases, then there's not much you can do aside from wait until you're able to get something that is more beneficial to your recording and the sound of your recording. It's hard to beat that trebly sound, that trebly sound that you get from some of those microphones. It's really hard. There might be. Oh, I thought somebody was trying to call me. There might be a solution if you have an Adobe account where you can throw these vocals into what they have. It's this thing called Adobe Enhance Voice, and it can take your vocal and make it sound as if it was recorded in a podcast type scenario. Now, this I should say this thing is meant specifically for podcasts, like talking and stuff, but I have tested it on some rap and some singing vocals, and it's not perfect, but it might be something that you want to try. It is a free thing. You don't have to pay for it. So that might be an option for you and other people that deal with this kind of issue. Adobe Enhance Voice. You can Google it and it should come up. I think you do have to have an Adobe account, but that's free. You don't have to, aside from that, I noticed that some of the piano parts were not incomplete, but they were hitting some of the wrong notes. It's almost like you hit a note that you didn't want to hit and you switched it back to the note that you did want to hit. So those parts you just want to clean up a little bit when you're going back to revise the song.
Throw 'em to the ground 'cause they know they going down. Slice 'em up real nice, put that on ice. Burn that shit down, I don't need to say it twice. Here comes Ayu Suzuki with obligations. Slicing
I do like your use of delays and reverbs, though. I think that you were trying to work with what you had, and so small studio, like 3 people looking at me, so I got nervous. It's all good. It's all good. Part of the song, I was using my phone's mic, and then I used my friend's mic. See, I knew it had to be like some kind of phone microphone or something, because the phone mics they all have the same type of sound, where it sounds like you're singing into a cup, almost. Just really trebly and just piercing. So definitely look into that. NVIDIA Broadcast. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. It's a similar tool. Let me look that one up. An app. Oh, but you need the graphics card, don't you? NVIDIA Broadcast app out now. Turn any room into a home studio on GeForce RTX GPUs. That's crazy. Yeah. I didn't know about that one. That was Wuxi. Okay. All right, let me take a breather because, man, I've been I'm going at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Eight. Excuse me. 9. I think I did about 10 to 15 reviews so far. 10 to 12. Stuff is taxing, man, when you're trying to give people advice, but you don't want to give people the same advice. But then oftentimes, like, it is the same advice because it's the same things that I have to tell other people. Like today, I think the theme has been, you know, fixing thin vocals and getting your vocals to sound more full and wider and more open, or processing the vocals with tools that can accentuate the way that it was recorded. So if it's staccato, you use like a slap delay. If it's something that's more confined, you know, whereas if it's a longer legato recording, you use a quarter note delay or a half note delay. Very rarely do I use a half note though. I mostly go for quarter notes or eighth notes. Yeah, it's like teaching a lesson, you know, like it's like teaching a college class on your own YouTube live. A lot of people, there's about 30 people that haven't gone yet. I have a million submissions in here. There's 20 people waiting. 20 people. I'm just trying to take a breather. I be getting restless, man. Like, I don't know if you could tell, but I keep moving in my seat. And I've felt like this for a while. I just can't stop moving. You get annoyment. You get annoyment. That's coaching, using your existing to enhance ours. That's what it is. Imparting your knowledge to other people. I feel like I need get a glass of water. That's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to get a drink before I even started the live, but I didn't. TLM 103 on my, you're on your second one. What happened to the first one? Watch me do some jumping jacks. I'm running in place. It fell. Oh man. This is what I should do. This thing is cool. Look at that autofocus. Featured artist used in 103. Everybody talking about 103s. I got a 103. That's, well, I need to use it more. But the thing is, I need to get a an adapter so it can fit on here. Because right now, that's what's keeping me from using it. Otherwise, I just hold it in my hand. Hey, what's up, G Life? Man, oh man. All right, I'm gonna start calling some names. Got DeMonte, James, Christopher F, and Michael. DeMonte, James, Christopher F, and Michael. All right, DeMonte's here. $4130. I know you're here because you just said. So is there a James and a Michael? James and Michael. James and Michael. Yes, I got you. U87. You guys ever hear about those microphones? I'm sure you have, but the ones that like can model other microphones. What do you think about those? I've seen one in action, but I've never personally used it myself. I hear mixed messages. Some people say they're really dope and they work well, and other people are like, no, that's just a party trick. Yeah, so it's one mic, and when you go into your DAW, you just select, oh, U87, and it'll sound like the U87, or oh, TLM103, and it'll sound like the TLM103, or oh, the Soyuz. You just select it, and it automatically just sounds like that microphone. Mic lockers. Is that one of them? All right, these people are not here. Don't worry, I got you two still. Is there a David or a Mark? David and Mark. That's Philando, right? And Mark is here. Perfect. We got 4 lined up. All right. Let's get into the first one, which is going to be DeMonte. Oh.
How much would it cost for me to give you the world? To keep your neck and wrist sparkling with diamonds and pearls. I'll pay the toll to have your love. Girl, I would pay anything for what I'm dreaming of. I'll pay the fee to be next to you. Girl, I would pay anything for what I wanted to. 'Cause my love language is paper Benjamin. Drop $1 million on a
Okay. I know I want to let it play. I want to let it play, but I got to stick to the rules. So, let me go back because I want to hear something.
How much would it cost?
First of all, with this song, I love how it started out. I love this like yeah. Like I think that was a nice way to start the song off. I like the ride of the hi-hat in the song too. It's a very simple approach to the drums. I think that works in the favor of the vocals.
And we're sparkling with diamonds and pearls. I'll bathe the torch.
You have a very nice tone to your voice. Some nice runs that you kind of, those little flutters. I like what you did there with those vocals.
To have your love, girl, I would pay anything for what I'm dreaming of.
I would love on this part these I would love for this to be stacked. I think to progress the song, to tell the story, to keep the story building, I would love for there to be stacks on here, even if it's just one vocal dub. No, not one, but like you're doing the lead and then two vocal dubs on top of that. You could do 1, 2 if it was just panned down the middle, but maybe throw on a Antares duo or some other kind of chorus spreader effect if you're doing one. But that could just when I think of songs, I think of steps, and we're stepping up the ladder or stepping up the staircase, and each part of the song should be the next step up the staircase. It should be something different, something new, something that's building on what happened before. And even if you come back down to like a bare vocal in the next verse, it's still a part of that ride. You're talking about a story that's going up like this, and then it comes back down, and then it goes back up like this to hit the chorus, and it comes back down. Then the climax is like the big the grand chorus, whatever, that has all the vocals, whatever you want to do, or the instrumentation changes. But I feel like each step of the song should be something different.
I'll bathe the feet to be next to you. Girl, I would pay anything for what I wanted to. 'Cause my love language is paper Benjamin. Drop $1 million on a brand new ring. Decorate your head. It might sound crazy. I got plenty to spend. Baby, trust me, I got you covered for life. Day, night.
Yeah. I also
To be next to you. Girl, I would pay anything for.
like just these little echoes and emphasized parts. I think because right now it's just one vocal doing everything. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want the song to have that sound, that's your artistic expression, you can do it that way. But I think to give your song just some interest and intrigue, it needs something else, something to separate sections, And so vocally, that's one way that you can do it when the beat is rather simple, like we talked about before in an earlier submission. It's just another way to give the song like a growth pattern. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't have to be MP3, no. Next up is going to be James. Of course. Thank you for the submission.
in the feelings. But I'm all in the feelings. Ain't you happy you ain't met me yet?
This is Taurus right here.
Man, I'm sick and walked all the way home from outer space, telling you cool your jets, but you just turned them up all the way on. Tried to make it so you wouldn't forget, but that amnesia's just doing you wrong. Always telling me just don't get upset,
Nice change.
but that won't work 'cause I'm already gone. Turn around. I got this feeling right now. Try to walk away, but you got me feeling so strange. Turn around.
Yep.
I got this feeling right now. Try to walk away, but I'm all in the feelings. But I'm all in the feelings. But I'm all in the feelings. Ain't you happy you just left me upset? Walked away, now I'm caught in the storm. Always wondered if you still got regrets, or is everyone all the way wrong? Tried to make it so I wouldn't forget, but that amnesia's just doing me wrong. You always telling me just don't get upset,
This
but
is
that won't work 'cause you're already gone. Turn around. I got this feeling right now. Try to walk away, but you got me feeling so strange. Turn around. I got this feeling right now. Try to walk away, but I'm all in the feelings.
this behind my skate footage. Oh yeah.
But I'm all in the feelings.
This song right here.
But I'm all in the feelings.
This song was right here. I don't have any constructive criticism for this song because I think it's perfect the way it is. I like how full the vocals sound. I like what the vibe of the song is, and how people feel like they could put it over their, skate footage and stuff like that. I definitely know what you're talking about because I used to watch those videos all the time when I used to skate. It's, yes, I used to be a hardcore skater and a rollerblader before that. But the changes in this song, I appreciated very much because it went from, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So I like how I can give this advice, and then the next song is an example of that exact advice that I was trying to get at. But it kept progressing the song, even though it was flip-flopping between two different drum programmings or whatever you want to call it, drum vibes. I can find it.
Walked all the way home.
I was gonna do that stupid mute stuff.
Walked all the way home from outer space, telling you cool your jets, but you just turned them up all the way on.
Right there.
Tried to make it so you wouldn't forget.
Very unexpected.
But that amnesia's just doing you wrong.
But it grew the song by the way of the sound, how it sounded. And I can appreciate stuff like that. It made me feel very nostalgic. It was a very nostalgic kind of song, and I also appreciated that vibe as well. I think what contributed to that was the way that the vocals were processed. It was like these, I don't want to say haunting, but like these kind of hovering vocals that were always a bit stacked, and they were always kind of like there with me in a sense. And so I appreciated the whole picture that this song painted and how it was presented. And yeah, it's all good for me. Skateboard for 42 years, not sure if it would be good for a skate video. Tempo's a bit fast. The skate clips would need to be short. Who knows? No, I think it would be like a montage. Not necessarily like, you know, it would have to be like a nostalgic kind of montage skate video. You know what I mean? Like quick clips. Appreciate the lyrics here. Mine's called Feelings. Oh man, yeah. So I don't have any, and when I say that, I mean it. You know, I don't have any like constructive criticism or tips and stuff like that. I think the song is great. I think the song is really great. I would play that as is. Na, 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 na. I might have to put that on my phone before I leave. All right, next up is Christopher with an F. Last name F, from South Africa.
He's not even teenage.
Rather spend my money on a jewelry store, cause these bitches scummy and they finna make me poor. Rather put some ice on my left hand more, cause the way I never miss a shot, making my shit sore. I need ice on my wrist, I ain't talking about my shop. Paid our price for that shit, look at all the stuff I buy. Ain't think twice, never quit, she a fish that I caught. She like blood in the sea, smell by shark, she a thought, she a curse. Living in my head, made me worse when I lie in bed. Put it in reverse, make it red. Danger in that flag, like I said. Keep it pushing, but I gotta see the way she fooling. Got me feeling free the way she looking. Like when you calling me, it's like she pulling. And I ain't but she on my mind. I don't think that's a crime. I don't think she deserves all they said I'm giving this time. Maybe I'm just blind, bet that ain't in first sight. I don't wanna go sink in my thoughts while I'm in the drive. Gotta keep it on the low. Wanna fuck my hands sweating. Gotta let the wind flow.
Definitely
Don't know if you're trying to test me, just need to let her know. But the shit's just stuck on sending. That shit in my brain, but still fucking tempting.
The fire rate beat indeed.
Guess it's just the pain that I play. Cautious of the things that I said. I guess that I'm loving her again. Her eyes got the type of glow, blue like ice, let it slow. She the type to make you think slow. Now I'm thinking straight, and I know it's just for show. Rather spend my money on a jewelry store, cause these bitches scummy and they finna make me poor. Rather put some ice on my left hand more, cause the way I never miss a shot, making my shit sore. I need ice on my wrist, I ain't talking about my shop. Paid our price for that shit, look at all the stuff I buy. Ain't think twice, never quit, she a fish that I caught. She like blood in the sea, smell by shark, she a thought.
This beat is really nice. This beat is really nice. This song, I like this song. I like this song. I like the beat. I like how 8-bit gritty, grimy it feels. I like how your vocals matched that feel, and I think for the most part your vocals sounded pretty well, like pretty clear and clean. There were some times where I think the bass maybe overcame your vocals a bit, so I think what I would have done, a thing I've talked about before is putting a compressor on the instrumental. This is a trick that I've done with games. And then you sidechain the compressor of the instrumental to your vocal so that every time you rap, the instrumental gets ducked just a little bit. Obviously, you don't want to do this too much because then you're going to have the beat going. But if done in moderation, this can actually help you to carve out a nice little space for your vocals. Or if you have access to all the stems, I would even sidechain it to the bass by itself. And that way, because the bass is what's doing all that. So I can hear what you're saying, but just to make it a little bit more clear. Now, the other thing what I wanted to say. Oh, so the last thing I wanted to say was about ad-libs. I know you've got some ad-libs in here, but I would have loved to hear like some higher not frequency, higher register ad-libs. So like kind of like, I guess Uzi does these, a few people do these. More so at the end. Like, so you have ad-libs here, but it's like they're all on the same level and they're kind of in the background. I want to hear like shining, like one vocal shining through ad-libs where you're doing like the same kind of thing. You're repeating what you're saying, or you're emphasizing what you're saying, but it's like an octave higher. Just kind of like yelling. It doesn't have to be on key, but if it is on key, or if you can auto tune it to be on key, that would be dope. That, I think that would give it the balance that it has, because right now everything's kind of low. It's that rage, that bass, and even your voice is. So everything's kind of like low down here. But if you just give like a little, like a high vocal in some kind of way, I think that'd be sick. I think that'd be sick. Some dope mix with the chain for the vocal would be good too. Would be too good. I think you meant chain. Distortion is crazy. Imagine if you had a crappier speaker, it would fry it. Yeah, you would definitely fry somebody's speakers. What, this one? This lo-fi girl? She's been studying for years now. Well, she's frozen. She's supposed to be moving. Oh, look, it's me. Yeah, I don't know why this this thing freezes on live streams. Okay. Man, this stuff is... I love doing this, but it's so draining. All right, next up is David F. Sorry if that was loud. Hopefully it was not. David Orlando. Yeah. Lots of confidence on the
Can I put you in 7 position right now? Waste no time, you caught my eyes. Got a man fall in love with you tonight. Loves you right, just hold him tight. Girl, I got my hand around your neck, around your neck. Girl, you like, make it move and we dance all night. We dance all night. You and I. Girl, you're fine. You just so fine. Baby, mine. You just don't mind. Cannot lie. This love for high. You and I, we touch the sky. Girl, you're fine. You just so fine. Baby, mine. You just don't mind. Cannot lie. There's love on high. You and I, we touch the sky. Hey, so close your eyes and I'll stay with you. I've been waiting all day. And I know we've got time. I look at you from across the room. You make me feel like I never did. Baby, girl, you're fine. You just so fine. Baby, mine. You just don't mind. Cannot lie. This love for high. You and I.
This is good.
Touch the sky. Girl, you're fine. You just so fine. Baby, mine. You just don't mind. Cannot lie. There's love on high. You and I, we touch the sky. Yeah. Whoa. And I know we've got time. Hey. Oh. And I know we've got time.
Very smooth voice.
AY Mix Beat Production.
Very smooth voice. And for doing this all in your room, I mean, that's all you need really these days. If I'm being totally honest, you don't need a big studio. You don't need to have like some big wig studio rack and all this stuff. It helps in a sense, you know, if you know what you're doing with that stuff. Even I don't know what I'm doing with that stuff. If I had that here, I would know like how to turn the knobs and on some of the basic ones, but like hooking it up, routing it, all that stuff. All you need to know is how to make your music sound presentable and not when I say presentable, I don't mean just presentable, but presentable in a way that's like listenable and enjoyable to people. And I think what you did here is exactly that. For it just being in your room and not having much, I don't have honestly much to say about like any things that you need to fix, because I think you've done really well with what you have. The one thing that I wanted to say was something about the end. Oh, I think it was about your stacks. I wanted some of the harmonies to be a little bit louder, even though I do think it's mixed well. I think on certain parts, there were times I wished it would have been kind of a little bit louder, like the harmonies would have not taken the foreground and just start outshining the lead vocal and stuff. But I wish they were heard just a smidge more. So that's the one thing that I did want to say. Other than that, this is a really good song idea, and um there's not much I can say about it.
We touch the sky. Girl, you'll find you and I.
It's a really good mix. It's a good mix. So yeah, I think just if you want to, when you're doing those stacked harmonies, like those harmony, not the ad libs, but the harmonies specifically, to bring those up just a smidge and see if you like it that way. If not, it is what it is. It's your music, and create how you want to create, That goes for everybody that I've given advice to. Create music the way that you want to create it. I'm just here to give my input on what I would have liked to hear, or what I feel like could make the song better in my eyes. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do it that way, or that you have to listen to what I say. And I'm just another person making music the way that I want to. Like, people could tell me stuff about my music, but I'm still gonna make music the way that I want to make it. You know what I mean? So I'm just here to give the advice, and whether you take it or not is up to you. It's your creative journey, and that's what I'm here for. The Seal 2.0 vibes. A little bit, a little bit. Mm-hmm. Okay, next we have Mark. Let's go, Mark.
And I ain't even going back, no, we ain't rolling no more. We got a Bentley, a big body, got a zip, you want some more? I got the zipper on the board, this is getting me bored. I count some money, then I talk to the Lord. I got the act and I got a pound on my way to the fucking ground. Shoot at the coupe that we out of town. Bitch, I ain't coming back around. Listen to the speakers, yeah, they surround. Drift from that circle like merry-go-round. Making more than twice a pound. That's why they get crowned by the 100 round. Every word that I speak is a murder sound. They won't even stand a chance. So listen to me player music in a trance. Grab the mic and show the facts. I keep the rhymes that flip the stats. To the beat up to the max. You should rookie don't know the tracks. So your girl ain't got no racks. I don't want this anymore. I forgot how the rest went. Let me just restart this. And I ain't even going back, no, we ain't rolling no more. We got a Bentley, a big body, got a zip, you want some more? I got the zipper on the board, this is getting me bored. I count some money, then I talk to the Lord. I don't want this anymore. Saying warrior, blazing on the cushion. Feeling like Goku with my mind in the rush. My mind's flying high, feeling like I'm damn near getting to a mind. It's infinite, you know you never stood a chance. Got the crowd trance, tell them all my plans. Get the fuck away and I'm a spaz. No say no jazz, get in the car and go away to France. Wait, I just told them all my plans.
All right, I have some notes. I think the skeleton is there. I think the skeleton is there for a song that could sound good. I think what needs to happen is, Mark, you have to work on your punctuation, and your cadence, the way that you're rapping. Because right now, I think when it gets to the faster, not I think, but I know when it gets to the faster rap sections, you're having a hard time kind of keeping up with the beat. It's like you're keeping up with the beat, but it's at the sake of, at the detriment of the vocals being heard, the lyrics being heard, because you're playing catch up. Like when you're rapping that fast, you haven't gotten your punctuation down to a point to where you can like just flow through it and then everything's like audible and perfectly pronounced. I think punctuation is something that you want to work on here. And also when you're rapping your songs and recording your raps, this is a taste thing. So this is if you want to do it or not. But I think in your case, with the minimal processing that you have, if you want to keep it that way, you want to do stacks um, or ad libs on your raps. So like you can emphasize a certain phrase that you want to be heard more, or you can do an ad lib on a part that you want to have repeated. Um, just these things that are going to help you to emphasize certain parts and drive home certain points that you want to have driven home, especially when you have those long breaks um, between rap parts that you have. I also wrote down here that your delay. So I heard that you have a delay throw. No, you have a delay on all your. You have a delay on all of your vocals. This is okay because it's not like the mix is not turned up on the delay too much. But the problem is it can get a little bit messy when you're doing those fast raps and then there's the delay catching up. Even though it's on beat, it's still kind of messing up with what the current rap is doing. So I would say use delay throws instead of just slapping in a delay on the whole rap part. And in that way, so what a delay throw is? Why I feel like I can't say that. What a delay throw is when you only delay a certain part of the vocal. So you can have CLA effects. It's got this little knob that says throw on it, and you can automate the process to where like every time you click the button, it'll just throw the delay. So you'll be rapping, and then on the last couple of words, you hit the button, and it'll delay only those last few lines, and then you let go, and then like it'll get back to the single vocal. So that might be something that you want to look into. And actually, that is a feature in the next tutorial that I have coming out. So I actually kind of teach how to do that if that is something that you want to try. But I think those three things, your delay throw, or just having less of a delay in there, because right now it's on all the vocals. Your emphasis stacks slash ad libs, if you want to have those, especially with the minimal processing, and your punctuation and your cadence on your raps. The three things that I would emphasize for you. I'm sorry, I had to make sure I wrote it down so I'm not missing any. I wasn't missing anything, but I hope that makes sense. And it's your first that you tried on. What the rap or the if this is the first rap, then that's good for a first rap. Or you can do that. Yeah, you can copy and paste the whole vocal, put it underneath, drag it over to where it has that delay effect, and then just cut certain parts that you don't want to have the delay on there. The delay. I can't say that word. The delay. Like a tongue twister for me for some reason. Okay, guys. I can do like one more song. I think I'm gonna wrap it up at exactly 2. I'll do David L. I used to make just goofy songs with my friends, and this is the first one that I actually rapped on legitimately. Yeah, that's legit for a first time. You give me Chance the Rapper vibes? How's that? Or why? David L, let's go. No, your song gave me the... It didn't work. It didn't work. I don't know what format you sent it in, but it's not playing. It's got to play with the X. It's never done that this many times before. Good Lord, man. So wave? Maybe that's why. I don't know. Wave should work. But it's not working. Let me see something. What's today's date? 22nd? Ugh. The number... $4140. 4140. Yeah, it says 0 bytes. So it didn't attach. There's nothing here to play. Narrow. In the meantime, I pulled up Nick Avocado. Just kidding. This feels like Kanye graduation, kind of.
You do something to me. Every time that I look at you, you just can't believe that I'm right here. And I know exactly what you're thinking about, 'cause I'm right here. We gotta get away from this crowd, so you can just tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want before it's too late. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want before it's too late. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want before it's too late.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want before it's too late.
Is that it?
No,
okay.
But I still feel the tension. Ah, shit, I almost forgot to mention. No need to hide your true intentions, 'cause I'll take you to a new dimension. Ooh. Just tell me what you want.
I got it. I'm gonna just let it in. All right, that definitely did give me some Kid Cudi vibes, some Graduation vibes too with the synths, because the synths are really big on Kanye West Graduation. What I wrote down is I like the change from the verse to chorus. So you had different changes in how the drums were, I think how the drums were going and just the arrangement of the song. But I like the changes. And in between those changes, you had transitions. So the drum fills that you were doing, how the beat would drop out, how it would come back in. I like those elements of the song too. Those are kind of things that I always try to encourage people to do because transitions help to push the story of the song further along. The subtraction in the second verse of the instrumentation before you came back in, it was kind of like just things were subtracted a bit. So we kind of went, we took a step back, but that's everything doesn't always have to be forward. Some things can like take a step back and have that subtraction there. That's something I noticed that you did as well too. I also liked the synths in the ending. So that was the, I think it was all this. So all that stuff at the end, the climax of the song, I think was really satisfying. The one thing was there were like these oohs. I don't know where they are in the song. Anyway, there were some oohs in here somewhere. I'm not going to try to hunt them down. But I was saying to potentially, if you want to try, if you can sing this high, I don't know. If not, you can probably use a tool to get you there. But to do an octave higher stack, so that's basically the same note, but just the higher version of it. Because I think that would have been like a perfect chef's kiss to top everything off. That's just something that I threw in there as a, you can try this if you want. You don't have to, but if you want to try it, then yeah, that was my one tidbit of advice. And yeah, everything else I'm feeling. Still got to add some vocals. I got you. I got you. My hardest thing is mixing every time I submit. Mixing is it can be a taxing thing and something that you have to figure out as you're going along the process. But that's why I mix as I'm recording, because I usually hear how I want the songs to sound as I'm recording the music. So I'm recording to mix, or mixing to record, or however you want to look at it. I'm doing one so that the other can have a better outcome. Yeah. All right, one more time. We'll try this David song. And this will be the last one. There we go.
My feelings, I don't care if it's okay with you. God wouldn't judge me,
and I wouldn't
do the same to you. All up in my feelings, cause I had a bad day.
Take two.
World's gone crazy, if you feel me, you can say it too. All up in my feelings, I don't care if it's okay with you. God wouldn't judge me, and I wouldn't do the same to you. All up in my feelings, cause I had a bad day.
Take two.
World's gone crazy, so I'm all up in my F-E-E-L-I-N-G-S. I'm entitled to my feelings. F-E-E-L-I-N-G-S. So I'm all up in my feelings. Nothing that I touch seems to turn to gold anymore.
You agree, yeah?
Had a pocket full of hope, now it's dirty jeans on my floor. Dirty jeans on my floor.
Now it's Billie Jean on
my friends back, it's been about a week.
Very clean.
Now I got a cop knocking at my door. I just need to be alone. He like Jesus in the garden of Gethsemane. I need some time away with God to face what's up ahead of me. All up in my feelings, I don't care if it's okay with you. God wouldn't judge me and I wouldn't do the same to you. All up in my feelings cause I had a bad day. Take two. World's gone crazy, if you feel me you can
This
say
one a
it
pop
too.
lock.
All up in my feelings, I don't care if it's okay with you. God wouldn't judge me and I wouldn't do the same to you. All up in my feelings cause I had a bad day. Take two. World's gone crazy, so I'm all up in my F-E-E-L-I-N-G-S. I'm entitled to my feelings. F-E-E-L-I-N-G-S. Feel. So I'm all up in my feelings. I've been looking deep within. I know it's hard when you hide all those
like that
secrets
change.
in. Came so far, I can't lie, been a decent man. In the car when I drive, devil sneaking in. God, I recommit, go ahead, let them speakers hit. All that BS, I'm releasing it. Got your piece, I want a piece of it. Growing pains, help me know just what the reason is. Pray for strength until the feelings end. Yeah. All up in my feelings, I don't care if it's okay with you. God wouldn't judge me and I wouldn't do the same to you. All up in my feelings, cause I had a bad day. Take two. World's gone crazy, so I'm all up in my feelings. F-E-E-L-I-N-G-S. World's gone crazy, I'm entitled to my feelings. F-E-E-L-I-N-G-S. World's gone crazy, so I'm all up in my feelings. All up in my feelings, I don't care if it's okay with you. God wouldn't judge me, I'm entitled to my feelings. All up in my feelings, cause I had a bad day. World's gone crazy, so I'm all up in my feelings.
Oh, that was a crispy end. You could go back. There's a whatchamacallit. What is it called? I can't think of it, but you can go back in the stream. But that was a very satisfying song, very satisfying end of the song too. Sounded, what I was saying was earlier is it sounded like a lot like Michael Jackson, but like just a different version of Michael Jackson. Like it doesn't sound completely like him, but it has characteristics of his voice. Everything was super crisp, processed really well. The beat was knocking, the bass was there. This is another one of those songs where I don't have much to say about how it can be fixed and all that stuff. Let me listen to that F-E.
World's gone crazy, so I'm all up in my feelings. All up in my feelings, I don't care if it's okay with you. God wouldn't.
So this part is okay, but I think earlier.
If it's okay with you, God wouldn't do feelings, cause I had a bad L-I-N-G-S. Feel. So I'm all up F-E-E.
The one thing that I've been talking about all day today is a delay. I think a delay would have been nice at the very end of this. I-N-G-S-S-S. Maybe.
L-I-N-G-S. Feel.
S.
So I'm all up in my.
Even though you do have some ad-libs in there. So that does kind of cover up the space. But if it was just like no ad-libs whatsoever, I would have definitely thrown in a delay throw in there. I would have thrown in a delay throw. But yeah, this song, the microphone, the quality of the processing, everything was pretty pristine to me. So I don't want to try and find something wrong with the song because I think it is what it was and what it wanted to be, and that was a nice R&B feel, just a good song. And everybody here, you know, the audience is the main like indicator that it's a good song. So no matter what I say, like people feel it and I feel it. Some expensive mic. The 808s, yeah, the 808s were clean too. You had, oh, this is the one you had, the U87? No wonder. This is why I tell people, like, I get what people say when they say gear doesn't matter. I get it, but it does. In audio production, video and music production, it matters because it's going to change the quality. Like, of course, you have to know how to use it if it's something complex, or you have to have the money to buy it if it's expensive. But it can change the sound totally. Like, we've heard stuff from U87s, we've heard stuff from phone microphones, all in the same stream. And all the ideas have been incredible. They've been great. But you see why it's important, or I don't want to say it's important, because I don't want people to feel like if they don't buy, you know, expensive stuff, then their music is just not going to be good. That's not the case. But it's important to invest into your craft as much as you can, as much as is reasonable, because you can get a totally different sound out of your music than if you were using a phone microphone or, you know, an AT2020 or whatever the mic of choice is that you have. But also know that just buying expensive gear is not just going to solve everything. You still got to know how to mix. Still have to know how to mix, but having good equipment makes it easier to mix because you don't have to fix a lot of the problem areas of your microphone or your gear. All right. Good source audio equals easier time mixing. So, okay, guys, I have not eaten today, and it is now 2 p.m. So it's been many hours since I've been up, and I'm starting to feel the drain. I'm starting to not slow down, but I'm feeling it in my speech. I'm feeling it in my speech. So I'm going to call it for today. I wanted to at least get, you know, a good 3 hours in. I hope you guys, those who submitted that I didn't get to, you'll come next time. I always start from the top when I do these free reviews. I start from the top of the list. So if you guys are in the stream and you submit like the day before, the night before, or the morning of, and you're in the stream, I will get to you because it's always first come, first serve now. I don't do the random thing anymore. I just kind of go down the line. So that's the way the cookie crumbles. Cheesy gordita crunch. Give him a round of applause. Like how we used to do in school. But yeah, 2 weeks from today will be the next stream. In the meantime, I hope to have a video for you guys next week. I still have like a few videos lined up, but they just need to be approved by the sponsor. So check out the new videos, leave some comments. Check out the old videos if you haven't already. I released a video yesterday and then another one before that. Leave some comments, man. I want to hear from you guys and see what you guys like, what you don't like, what I should make, what I shouldn't make. I mean, I'm always going to do what was best for me, but you guys are my audience. So, you know, I got to know what you like. But yeah, with that being said, I appreciate you understanding too. I really do appreciate those who understand how this works and all that stuff. So I try my best. Thank you. I will. Have a good one, y'all. Toodles. See you next time.